The nationwide search is on to find the next president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland after the woman who's held that job for nearly a decade said that she will be retiring next year. News 5's John Kosick tells us all new at 6. The Cleveland Fed president has one of the region's more powerful voices, but one that few ever directly hear.
This fall, the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland marked the 100th anniversary of its opening at East 6th and Superior, but in its second century, it will soon have a new leader at the helm. Loretta Mester, who has served as president since 2014, will be retiring next June. Cleveland is home to one of only a dozen Federal Reserve banks created by an act of Congress in 1913. We are the link between the East Coast and Chicago, covering all or part of 4 states. Mester recently telling me how the local Fed presidents play key roles in shaping the nation's economy through the eyes of the regions they represent.
Our dual mandate in terms of monetary policy is maximum employment and price stability, and you can't be a strong economy unless you have everyone at the table.
That Cleveland has that seat at the table is critical, says Senator J.D. Vance, who sits on the Senate Banking Committee. We bring to the national conversation a view away from the coasts.
So we've got to get the right person there, and we've got to maintain that presence. It's good for economic policy, but it's also good to give some of our most important policymakers real insight into what's going on in the real economy in the heartland.
Right now, a committee has been formed made up of eligible members of the Cleveland Fed's Board of Directors to find Mester's replacement. The leaders of that committee holding a virtual town hall on the process this week. But Senator Sherrod Brown tells me
they have not been forthcoming with the public enough to do this right.
Brown saying they need to be more open. As chair of the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, he penned a letter along with Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, urging the committee for greater clarity to ensure the right selection is made and to consider a diverse pool of candidates.
One of my missions is to make sure there's transparency at the Fed and that they represent the public, not just some of America's largest Wall Street banks.
A spokesperson for the Fed, for its part, tells News 5 they received the senator's letter. The Presidential Search Committee appreciates their questions and looks forward to responding promptly. As for what Mester's replacement will face when they arrive in Cleveland, she told me in June the same challenges that the rest of the country is facing, but we also have our own unique benefits in terms of more technology job prospects in our future.
I guess I'm an optimist that, we're going to get through this period of high inflation, get back to price stability, and then we'll be poised for an economy that everyone can benefit from.
Now, there is no hard timeline to find a replacement at this point. They want to make sure it is the right fit. Keep in mind that over the last 20 years, just 2 people, Rob, have held the post.
And whoever the new president, whoever he or she is, will have immediate say then on interest rates.
Yeah, we all know the balance that the Fed is trying to strike when it comes to interest rates, right? Raise them enough that you bring inflation in for a soft landing, but don't raise them too far that you tip us into a recession. Well, the 12-member committee that votes on those interest rate hikes are made up in part of some of these local presidents on a rotating basis. And 2024 is one of the years where Cleveland has a say.
Such a big job.
Yeah, extremely.
Very smart person.
Yes.
We'll start there.
Did well in Bath.
There you go. John, thank you very much.